Welcome back into another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Stranger Things and what exactly is happening with that franchise right now. We'll also talk about the updated status of the Stranger Things return to Dead by Daylight rumors. I'm seeing a lot of mixed information about the situation. I wanted to clarify what my thoughts are on the situation, as well as what the leaking community is saying as well. Mike Verdu, the VP of Games at Netflix, has been giving a lot of information as to the direction that Netflix is heading in the video game space.
Games take a long time to build, and we're very early in the game rollout here.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't expect to see our big internally developed games on the service for, a couple of years at least.
Right, makes sense.
Hey everyone, it's Schmuckles. I'm actually live on Twitch right now streaming Dead by Daylight. Link for that in the description below. I've been streaming so much Dead by Daylight as well as Fortnite. In DBD, I'm trying to find the best build for every single killer, and I'm keeping track of my kill rates for every single game that I'm playing. So if you're interested in talking about killer builds and kill rates, definitely swing by the stream. I'm live right now, link in the description below. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. There was a news article that I saw at the beginning of this year saying that Netflix is open to licensing big video game titles. This was after Stranger Things left Dead by Daylight. Netflix co-CEO and Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos proudly said Stranger Things is as valuable a franchise as exists today in entertainment around the world. This was during the company's Q4 earnings presentation on Thursday. This was an article that was posted at the beginning of the year, and Netflix went on to say it was exciting to see the activity in the space, and I think to some degree this is an endorsement of the core thesis that we have around the subscription being a great model to connect consumers around the world with games and gaming experience. They even went on to say that we're open to licensing/accessing large game IP that people will recognize. And I think you'll see that some of that will happen over the year to come. The wording on all this is kind of strange, like they're talking about licensing out the IP, but on Stranger Things Day, we also saw that there was a new virtual reality Stranger Things game that they announced. So I guess he could have been referencing that. And I just want to make something clear. I'm not really trying to convince anyone that Stranger Things is definitely returning to Dead by Daylight because we're not sure. I just wanted to give everyone kind of an up-to-date status of where Netflix is heading in the video game space, as well as like the Dead by Daylight return rumors and where all those are at as well. So in mid-October of this year, the news broke that Netflix is developing 55 games, which is a hefty addition to the current 35. There's also been recent articles that Netflix games are only engaging with a slim minority of its streaming audience. It looks like fewer than 1% of subscribers are playing the company's mobile games. We know Netflix has been working toward expanding its presence in the video game space for some time. Netflix higher-ups are saying that they're going to be experimental and try and create properties that are connected to the universe's characters and the stories that they're building on Netflix. This whole video game experience that they're trying to tie to the Netflix subscriptions is because they were once a dominant name in the streaming market, but they've seen a lot of competition with other streaming services. They've lost a lot of subscribers and their stock has gone down a lot. But the bottom line is the company's greatest success in game space came with a crossover between Stranger Things and the popular horror game Dead by Daylight, which Netflix ended last year as a part of its strategy of increasing its own profile within the industry. So if we make a little timeline here, September 17th of 2019 is when the Stranger Things DLC went live in Dead by Daylight. And then on June 3rd, 2021, we saw that collection trailer that added new skins for Nancy as well as Jonathan Byers as a legendary skin for Steve. So Behavior was still adding new Stranger Things content to DBD on June 3rd, 2021. On July 14th of 2021, this is about a month after Jonathan Byers was released, Netflix hired Mike Verdu. He's a former EA and Facebook executive. He was put on as the vice president of game development to lead Netflix's efforts in the video game space. 1 month after hiring this guy, on August 16, 2021, Behavior announces that Stranger Things is leaving Dead by Daylight. And in a recent interview this year, Mike Verdu talked about the direction that Netflix is headed with gaming, and he also even addressed the Stranger Things IP in video games.
I gotta say, there are a number of Stranger Things games that are already on the service, and some out in the world on app stores. But I feel like we haven't made the definitive Stranger Things game yet. So definitely look out for that. Yeah. And boy, I would love to play an Ozark game, but I don't think that we're going to make one of those just yet.
So it seems like as soon as Netflix hired this guy, one of the projects that they're working on is this idea of a definitive Stranger Things game. And part of the plan with this seems to have been to take the Stranger Things IP out of every single other third-party game that it was in. To me, this kind of makes all of the leaks and rumors that Stranger Things is returning to Dead by Daylight kind of questionable. I tweeted this about a week ago. The first set of Stranger Things in DVD leaks was a fake NDA from a leaker who also gave these Chapter 25 leaks, and those Chapter 25 leaks are obviously fake. The second set of Stranger Things in DVD leaks was the map leak leaked that DBD Leaks is now saying the chapter may have been scrapped. So it could be and probably is all fake. That last sentence, it could be and probably is all fake, that's like my opinion and my take on the situation. And apparently in Discord, the owner of DBD Leaks said, I'm the only one who knows the full story behind all these leaks, so I'm gonna make a quick claim. If the Stranger Things map leak was fake, then Knight, Vittorio, and Maurice won't be a part of the next tome because it's also fake. But you're gonna see that it ain't gonna happen. The reason that I personally think that it's most likely all fake is because that map was supposed to be the map that was coming in with the new Vecna chapter. Apparently that map leak came from the same person who leaked Albert Wesker. But then DBD Leaks was kind of backpedaling in a way and saying like it could have been scrapped. I'm actually not sure. Like we're not sure if it's real anymore or not. I was just thinking, how could they possibly like scrap the entire map if contracts are already signed for the Vecna chapter? Like that didn't really seem like logical sense on how things would work in a collaboration. My opinion on it was like, how could they easily just scrap the entire chapter if contracts are already signed? Like that doesn't really make sense. And the owner of DBD Leaks said they don't need any contract to start working on the Stranger Things map. Look, for example, at last year's devs. They made a Pennywise model just because they wanted to. They can't release it though. And here Mass is talking about the fan-made concept for Pennywise that was released about a year ago. This wasn't through Behavior Interactive at all. But like the argument that's being made here is like they don't need a contract to start working on the map. But I think by that logic, you could also argue like, well then the map itself doesn't guarantee the chapter. If we're saying like we don't know if the contracts are signed, then we don't even know if the leak is true, right? Like they made a Pennywise map without the license for Pennywise, and Pennywise is not in Dead by Daylight. So how does the Stranger Things map, if we don't know anything about contracts, how does that confirm that Stranger Things is returning, right? So I just want to make it clear that a lot of this video is my opinion and thoughts on the situation, which some people are going to disagree with. But the information that we're getting from DBD Leaks is that map was like 100% real. Even with that information in mind, it is my personal opinion that it's still kind of a coin toss if it's true or not. Matthew Cote has been streaming a lot and people have been asking him like, oh, is Stranger Things returning to Dead by Daylight? And obviously the guy cannot answer that question, but I thought I'd put his response in this video.
I tend to not want to answer Dead by Daylight questions. Two very simple things. First of all, if there's anything that I haven't said already publicly, it's probably because I can't say it, and therefore you're not going to get scoops, you're not going to get like sneak peeks, you're not going to get news that are unannounced here, for sure. So if it's not something that I've publicly already stated, then I'm probably not going to be able to talk about it here. But anytime you ask about like what's the next DLC, or is this or this happening, or like but like just if you think about it for about a second, you'll realize that obviously I can't talk about it. And if I could, we already would have made a very formal public announcement. So there.
Anyway, so that's kind of the current status of the Stranger Things Return rumors. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Do you think that Stranger Things will return to Dead by Daylight or not? The final chapter in last year's Sadako Rising was announced before the Christmas break for Behavior. If they released that teaser for Sadako because they didn't want Sadako's chapter to be leaked over the holidays, why wouldn't they have done the same with Stranger Things? Like, I feel like we should have had an announcement for the return of Stranger Things before the Christmas break. That's just like another strange observation in the situation where I'm like, if this is actually real, it probably should have happened then, and then it didn't happen. Anyways, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And don't forget, I'm also live on Twitch right now streaming DBD, link in the description below. That does it for this video. Goodbye.